In our last episode, we met the 5 Zhang, the essential systems that preserve the very core of life. Today, we turn our attention to their counterparts, the 6 Fu. Now, if the 5 Zhang are responsible for holding and storing, the 6 Fu are responsible for letting go. This distinction is absolutely critical because life doesn't stay healthy through accumulation. It stays healthy through completion. So, what are the 6 Fu? In classical medicine, they refer to 6 systems: the gallbladder, the stomach, the small intestine, the large intestine, the bladder, and the Sanjiao, also known as the triple burner. Now, it's easy to look at this list and just group them together as digestive organs. But that's only a surface-level description. The deeper definition is this: the 6 Fu are the systems that do not store. Their entire existence is dedicated to receiving, transforming, transporting, and then releasing. Their task isn't preservation. Their task is movement. In the ancient text, the Huangdi Najing, the 6 Fu are described as being empty. This doesn't mean they're weak or deficient. It means they're open. They are brilliantly designed to accept what enters the body, process it efficiently, pass it forward, and then let it leave completely. When they perform this dance flawlessly, the body feels light, free, and energetic. But when they can't complete this process, pressure starts to build. Discomfort appears. It doesn't show up as a full-blown disease at first, but more as a subtle feeling of heaviness, restlessness, and a general sense of unease. This brings us to a crucial point about why flow often matters more than quantity. Think about modern health advice. It almost always focuses on adding things: more nutrition, more supplements, more exercise, more stimulation. But the 6 Fu ask a very different and profound question. Has what already entered the body been allowed to leave? When the flow is incomplete, adding more of anything just increases the burden. This is precisely why so many people feel full but remain unsatisfied, tired but can't seem to rest, fed but not truly nourished. The issue isn't a lack of something, it's congestion. It's a traffic jam in the system. Let's start with the stomach, which acts as the first gate of rhythm. The stomach doesn't just receive food, it receives timing. Eating regular meals at consistent times creates a predictable rhythm that the entire body can sync with. But when our eating is irregular, skipping meals, eating late at night, it creates confusion. When rhythm is lost at this very first gate, all the downstream systems have to work overtime to compensate. This is why hurried, stressful eating and late-night meals have effects that ripple far beyond simple digestion. They disrupt the body's fundamental clock. Next, we have the small and large intestines. Their primary role is discernment. They are the wise judges that decide what can be used by the body and what must be released. When this process of discernment is clear and efficient, the body feels decisive. We absorb what we need and let go of what we don't. But when this function becomes clouded or sluggish, both the body and the mind start to hesitate. Indecision. That feeling of being stuck isn't always just a psychological state. Sometimes it's systemic. It's a reflection of your intestines struggling to make a clear choice. Now, let's talk about the gallbladder. Its role is subtle but incredibly powerful. The gallbladder governs our ability to initiate movement, to make a decision, and to act on it. It provides the spark of courage.
When the gallbladder's flow is smooth, a person feels capable of starting new projects and, just as importantly, seeing them through to completion.
But when its flow is constrained, hesitation creeps in. We might have great ideas, but we struggle to get them off the ground. Or we start things, but never seem to finish them. Then there's the bladder, which manages the body's entire relationship with fluids. Its job is to ensure that what is no longer needed can exit without any resistance. When this process is smooth, the body feels unburdened and light. But when it's obstructed, a sense of heaviness and discomfort begins to accumulate. Not everything we carry is emotional weight. Sometimes, it's quite literally the result of unfinished elimination. Finally, we come to the Sanjiao, or triple burner.
The Sanjiao isn't a physical organ you can point to.
It's better understood as the coordination of all the pathways between the systems. It governs how heat moves through the body, how fluids are distributed to every cell, and how energy communicates between different regions. When the Sanjiao functions well, all the other systems cooperate beautifully, like a well-rehearsed orchestra. But when it's disrupted, miscommunication spreads like wildfire. One single blockage can create echoes and dysfunctions throughout the entire body. So, why does modern life seem to disrupt the six fu first? Our modern lifestyle emphasizes constant intake. We are bombarded with information, with food, with emotional triggers, with endless stimulation. But it rarely allows for completion. We eat quickly while scrolling on our phones. We sit for long periods, compressing our digestive organs. We often suppress our emotional releases, telling ourselves to just get over it. We stay mentally alert late into the night, staring at screens, refusing to let our minds power down. The immediate result isn't a diagnosed illness. It's a persistent, low-grade congestion. This is why discomfort, that feeling of being off, so often appears long before any official diagnosis. The six fu are the first to speak up. Bloating, restlessness, a heavy body, a foggy mind. These are not your enemies. They are messages. They are your body's way of saying, hey, something entered, but it never finished its journey. We need to clear the path.
In the final episode of this chapter, we will bring the 5 Zhang and the 6 Fu back together.
We explore how a single habit can disturb both the vital function of preservation and the essential process of flow. We'll see how true health returns, not through forcing things, but by simply allowing life to move as it was always designed to. For now, remember this simple but powerful truth. Health isn't about holding on to more. It's about letting things pass completely. The 6 Fu exists to remind. After our journey into the 5 Zhang and 6 Fu, a really important question comes up. If our bodies are so perfectly designed for harmony, why do so many of us feel unwell so much of the time? The ancient text, the Huangdi Najin, offers a perspective that is both profound and incredibly practical. It suggests that health doesn't just suddenly collapse one day. Instead, it drifts away, slowly and quietly, when we start to ignore the body's natural balance. Think about it.
The 5 Zhang organs, the heart, liver, spleen, lungs, and kidneys don't fail because they're inherently weak.
And the 6 Fu organs, like the stomach and intestines, don't get blocked because they're broken. The root of most problems, according to this ancient wisdom, is a disturbance in the rhythm between storing and moving. It's a disruption of the delicate dance between what we take in and what we let go of. In our modern lives, this imbalance often starts with small, repeated choices that we might not even think about. When we consistently sacrifice rest for constant activity, the Zhang organs don't get the downtime they need to store vital energy and essence. They're constantly giving, with no chance to recharge. When our meals are rushed, irregular, or excessive, the Fu organs become overwhelmed. They lose their ability to efficiently transform food into nutrients and move waste out. It's like a factory assembly line that's constantly being flooded with more materials than it can process. And it's not just about physical actions. When our emotions are constantly suppressed, or when we hold on to things like stress, anger, or worry for long periods, our internal energy flow, our ki, starts to tighten and stagnate. Imagine a river that should be flowing freely, but it's full of dams and blockages. The water gets murky and still. Similarly, when our minds are bombarded with endless stimulation from screens, news, and notifications, our entire system forgets how to settle down, how to find that quiet, restorative state. Over time, this creates a pattern. Things that should be moving, like energy and waste, become stuck, and the things that should be stored, like our vital essence and energy reserves, become depleted. This is how imbalance first shows up. It doesn't usually appear as a full-blown disease right away. It starts as discomfort. Maybe it's poor sleep, where you feel tired but your mind won't shut off. Or a constant feeling of digestive heaviness and bloating. It could be shortness of breath when you haven't done much, or a restless mind that jumps from one worry to the next. That pervasive feeling of being constantly drained, yet unable to truly rest, that's a classic sign of this Zanfu imbalance. Now, here's where the Najing's wisdom really shines. It doesn't tell us to fight these signals or to see them as enemies. Instead, it asks us to listen. From this perspective, symptoms are not the problem. They are messages from the body. They are the body's intelligent way of telling us that something is out of sync. The 5 Zang organs communicate with us through our emotions, our vitality, and our endurance. Feeling perpetually fearful might be a message from the kidneys. Constant irritability could be the liver speaking up. The 6 Fu organs communicate through our appetite. Our digestion, our elimination, and our overall ease of physical movement. Is your appetite gone? Is your digestion sluggish? These are messages from the Fu. When either side of this partnership, the storing Zang or the moving Fu, is under strain, the entire system responds. It's a team effort, and if one player is struggling, the whole team feels it. This is why the text repeatedly emphasizes the concept of harmony over control. So many of us try to force our bodies into compliance. We use caffeine to push through fatigue, sleeping pills to force rest, and restrictive diets to control our weight. But the Najing suggests a different path. True health isn't achieved by overpowering the body. It's restored by supporting its natural tendencies.
So, what does that look like in practice?
Supporting the Zang organs means creating space for recovery. It means prioritizing quiet moments, even just a few minutes a day. It means establishing a regular sleep schedule, honoring the body's need for nighttime repair. It also means allowing ourselves to feel our emotions and express them in a healthy way without letting them spiral into excess. On the other side, supporting the Fu organs means respecting movement. This includes eating regular, nourishing meals in a calm environment, giving the stomach and spleen a chance to do their job properly. It means incorporating gentle activity into our day to keep energy and fluids circulating. And perhaps most importantly, it means learning to let go both physically, through regular elimination, and mentally, by releasing old grudges, worries, and attachments. When this balance between storing and moving is restored, something magical happens. Strength returns naturally, without force. Mental clarity improves. The feeling of digestive heaviness lightens. Our breath deepens and becomes more relaxed. The mind, no longer in a state of constant alert, finally settles. This isn't about learning a complicated new technique or following a rigid protocol. It's a fundamental shift in how we live. The Huangdi Neijing reminds us that our bodies are not separate from our daily lives. Every habit we have, every choice we make, leaves a trace. Every daily rhythm we establish teaches our organs how to function. Health, in this view, is not something we have to chase or conquer. It is something we nurture and protect, day by day. It's about honoring the rhythm of rest and activity. It's about finding the balance between holding on and letting go. It's about living in a way that the body recognizes as sustainable and supportive. When we learn to do this, the 5 Zang can remain deeply rooted and nourished, and the 6 Fu can remain open and flowing. And when that happens, the body simply returns to what it has always known how to do. Maintain life with its own quiet, profound intelligence. Thank you so much for watching. If this perspective resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who might find it helpful. See you in the next one.